Hey guys, so I'm just recently dived into the World of Warcraft. Like I said in my reaction videos to some of the cinematic trailers I did earlier in my channel. I don't really know a lot about the game. I've got a basic knowledge. Yeah, I'm a mad fan of fantasy films and books, so yeah, the lore is there. I've got a basic grasp of it, but I haven't really got a big understanding of what the story of the World of Warcraft is. Recently downloaded the Battle of Azeroth, kind of just dipping my toe in and finding my way around. I did have a character already built from the previous version of the game. I've got my 110 point character boost. I feel like I've just been thrown right in, but it's fun. So what I've got here is a little video done by the guys over at Cursed Entertainment, and this is the Battle for Azeroth story catch-up recap. So it goes for about 10 minutes, nearly 11 minutes. So I thought I'm going to watch this and just react and try and get a little bit more of an understanding of the game. Sure, some of my subscribers and a lot of comments have given me so much information and filled me in, and everyone is so knowledgeable and accepting. They know I'm a noob, like I'm a newbie, and they embrace that. And a lot of the comments are that they're just so excited, and I love seeing people who are new to the world kind of experience it for the first time. Well, that's me. And I really appreciate everyone who's left comments and has been so embracing and understanding and accepting to this new community I'm just diving into. So I'm doing this because I'm really curious about the world. I love what I've seen so far, and I just want to know more about it. So without further ado, let's just dive right into this recap. So thanks over to, of course, thank you to the guys over at Cursed Entertainment. I'll leave a link down below to the channel. So let's just dive in. 3, 2, 1, go.
Battle for Azeroth sees the fires of war reignited between the Alliance and Horde. But in case you missed what happened in the most recent expansion, or are just looking for a recap, we've put together the simplified story to get you up to speed.
Thank you.
Rolling the clock all the way back, and of course we have the Great Wars between the Alliance and the Horde. But over the years, a series of world-ending threats saw the two factions become somewhat united against their common enemies. This culminated in the Battle for the Broken Shore at the start of the Legion expansion.
For Azeroth!
An alternate timeline version of Gul'dan was sent over to Azeroth, where he unlocked the power to launch a new invasion of the Burning Legion.
Gul'dan! You made a pact.
The Horde and Alliance attempted to stop the invasion, however eventually they were overwhelmed. During the battle, Vol'jin, the war chief of the Horde, was gravely wounded and instructed Sylvanas Windrunner not to let the Horde die, and seeing the battle was clearly lost, she ordered them to retreat. However, from the Alliance's perspective, who were unaware of the dire situation the Horde were facing, this seemed like betrayal. King Varian ordered the Alliance to fall back, but when Gul'dan summoned a Fel Reaver to stop their escape, he was forced to sacrifice himself to give his troops a chance to get away.
Take this to my son.
No!
So, with both factions losing their rulers, it meant a change in leadership was necessary, as Anduin became king and Sylvanas was appointed war chief.
Nene will not understand, but you must step out of the shadows and lead. You must be war chief.
The animation is incredible.
Tensions were high between the Alliance and Horde, but both sides had been devastated by the battle, and an all-out war between the two factions wasn't really a possibility with the threat of the Burning Legion invasion. However, that didn't stop Greymane, the leader of the Alliance forces in the Broken Shore, from seizing a couple opportunities to try and get revenge against Sylvanas, first assaulting her fleet and then stopping her plans to create more troops and seeking her own immortality.
You took my son's future. And now I've taken yours.
Back to stopping the Burning Legion, and it was clear a new source of power would be needed, so the player had to learn to master artifact weapons and find the pillars of creation that held the power to stop the invasion. Eventually we learned about the elven city of Suramar, that is now home to the Nightborn. Their leader had allied with Gul'dan and the Legion, and those who refused to fall in line or spoke out against the decision were cast out of the city.
As the elders planned their surrender, some of us rebelled. We failed. Now the devils have taken Suramar, and by the curse of the Nightwell, I am damned to wither away as my city burns.
Both the Alliance and the Horde helped those who were cast out in what was known as the Nightborn Rebellion, and in the process took back control of the city. After succeeding here, the players were able to put the soul of Illidan Stormrage back in his body, and in turn kill Gul'dan. Victory was ours, but while the Alliance and Horde celebrated, the Burning Legion began its full invasion of Azeroth. Gul'dan was but a pawn in the Legion's plan, and its true leader, Sargeras, would not be as easily defeated.
Our crusade will prevail.
The player now needed to establish a foothold on the Broken Shore before entering the tomb of Sargeras to end the Legion's invasion for good.
Anduin, your father's actions were indeed heroic. They were his challenge to us, his people, to never let fear prevail, even at the very gates of hell.
The player found Kil'jaeden, the Legion's second in command, and slayed him on his ship flying high above Argus, the homeworld of the Burning Legion. This caused the ship to explode, and Illidan was forced to open a rift to escape.
Those damn rifts. This is really deep.
Khadgar, take us home!
Wow, man.
Is everyone all right?
Oh my god. Thanos.
What have you done? Sometimes the hand of fate
Like his hair.
must be forced.
The plan worked, but it also left Argus and Azeroth right next to each other, forcing the people of Azeroth to launch an attack against the Legion's homeworld. Along with some help, the players were able to gain ground on Argus, free the friendly titans that were trapped there, and eventually defeat the Legion's champions. However, Sargeras was still determined to destroy Azeroth, and just before he was pulled away by the titans, he managed to plunge his sword into the planet's surface. The planet survived, but the damage to Azeroth's soul was undeniable.
Whoa. Oh my god. And the sword thing.
strange crystals formed as the blood of Azeroth herself rose to the surface. Known as Azerite, when the crystals are held, it increases one's endurance, energy, and even the power of your mind, granting heightened insight, logic, and ideas. The goblins were the first to discover the Azerite and began mining it. Then with Sylvanas' orders, they also began the process to weaponize it.
This will change everything.
I told you!
And the Alliance knows nothing of this?
Don't worry, War Chief. I got people on it.
The Alliance found out about this, and when Anduin touched the Azerite, his mind was overwhelmed with thoughts, but rather than conquest, it was ideas on how it could be used to heal and strengthen people. However, he too realises that it could be used as a weapon, and there are many voices in the Alliance who would like to do just that.
What is this?
We don't know.
It would seem the Horde does, and we must find out more.
Agreed. We have eyes on it.
Both sides began to fight over the Azerite, fearing the damage that could be done if it fell into the hands of their enemy. Eventually, Sylvanas leads the Horde in an attack on Teldrassil, the home of the Night Elves, and the Alliance's largest bastion of power in the otherwise Horde-controlled continent. In the process, she found a mortally wounded Night Elf.
You can kill us, but you cannot kill hope.
There's so much story. This is amazing.
Burn it. Burn it!
So with the World Tree burnt, we now reach the beginning of the story that will be told in the Battle of Azeroth expansion. The story will begin with the battle for Lordaeron as the Alliance strikes back against the Horde. Hopefully now you're up to speed on everything you need to know to jump right into Battle of Azeroth and understand how we got here. But let us know which faction you're siding with in the comments below.
For the Alliance!
Thank you, Curse. Wow. Talk about a massive information dump. There obviously is a lot of years behind World of Warcraft. I mean, I've come in very, very late. So the story has been going on for years and years and years. So yeah, there's a lot of stuff to take in, but I got the general gist of it. So deep, so rich, and full credit to the team who do the animation for these games and the trailers that they make. Perfect, that looks so good. But the game itself, yeah, I really feel like watching the movie. Do a lot of you guys like the movie that was out a couple years ago? I enjoyed it. Like I said, I watched it at the time. I didn't really know much about World of Warcraft, so I didn't have any real opinion. I just liked what I saw. I thought it was really well done and a lot of fun, so actually I might revisit it today and check it out. But is that a thing to World of Warcraft fans? Enjoy that movie? Let me know down below. Feel like I've got a bit more of a grasp on it, and I think the best way to learn is just to dive right in. So I'm going to stop this video and start playing. Thanks for watching.